I think there are several reasons why Korean feminism feels more intense than Nigerian feminism. First of all, feminism is inherently reactive. It rises in response to misogyny. So the nature and severity of that misogyny often shape how loudly and forcefully women respond. In Korea, the cultural context is completely different. Korea's specific socio-cultural issues, for example, digital sex crimes, hyper-patriarchal beauty standards, harassment on public transport, and a general culture of silence and shame, have shaped a more aggressive, visible wave of feminism. I'm not saying the misogyny there is necessarily worse than Nigeria. I haven't studied it deeply enough to make that call. But it is different. The misogyny has a different flavor, and so does the feminism. But here's the part one think most people overlook. Nigeria is one of the most religious countries in the world. And religion is one of the most powerful enablers of misogyny. Not only does it uphold misogyny, it actively suppresses feminist thought. There are so many Nigerian women who are 1% as angry as they should be, 1% as free, as proactive, as loud as they have every right to be because they're reading a Bible or a Quran that tells them to submit, to silence themselves, to hand over their autonomy to a man. The recurring theme is that women come second or don't matter at all. So of course Nigerian feminism would seem less intense. It's being muzzled at the source. It is heavily sedated by faith systems that prize female submission. Meanwhile, Korean feminism, though battling different demons, has more cultural space to shout. Almost no one in Nigeria is non-religious. The country is almost evenly split between Christianity and Islam. Compare that to Korea, where over half the population is non-religious and Christianity caps at about 25 to 30%. There isn't the same theological shackle convincing women they're lesser or sinful for standing up. The less religious a country is, the more room there is for equity, progress, and rebellion. Religion is often just oppression with a halo. And until more Nigerian women feel empowered to deconstruct their faith and question the beliefs that tell them their suffering is demanded by God, that feminist fire will always be dimmer than it should be. In Korea, women are leading the 4B movement, a powerful act of refusal. No dating, no sex, no marriage, no childbirth. They're not waiting around for things to get better. They're walking away saying, no more, unless there's real change from men and society. If you want to understand this better, read Flowers of Fire by Han Young. The audiobook is actually free, and it traces how Korean women got to this point and why. If you're a woman stuck between scripture and selfhood, taught to pray instead of protest, use the link in my bio to join my private group chat for women unlearning the submission they were raised on.